Dear students, myself Dr. Nadeem Ansari from Department of Biotechnology, Faculty of Engineering and Technology of KMC Language University. Now, the today's topic is a carbohydrate dealing with monosaccharides. What are these carbohydrates and what are monosaccharides? What are the properties of monosaccharide? Today we are dealing with this. So first definition, what are carbohydrates? These are polyhydroxyaldehydes are ketones or compounds which released these groups on hydrolysis. The general molecular formula of carbohydrate is CN, H2O whole N, and these are the two functional groups which are present in carbohydrate, the aldehydic and ketonic group. These are the important functions of carbohydrate, starting from the main source of energy in the body of every animals and human. It is the sole source of energy in brain cells and RBC. No other biomolecule can give energy except this carbohydrate to brain cells and RBC, and energy production from carbohydrate is approximately 4 kilocalorie from 1 gram of carbohydrate. Now it is the storage form of energy. In terms of plant, it is starch, while in terms of animals and humans, it is glycogen, which is the main storage form of energy. Now, if excess carbohydrate is taken through food regularly, then it is converted into fat. Again, next function, it can combine with other biomolecules like carbohydrate and lipids to function as glycoproteins and glycolipids, which are the main components of cell membrane and cell receptors. They are the structural basis of many organisms like cellulose of plants, exoskeleton of insects, and cell wall of microorganisms. The last but not the least, they also serve as mucopolysaccharides as ground substance in higher organisms. Another important part of classification of carbohydrate, they are classified into 4 types. The first is starting with monosaccharides, then disaccharides, oligosaccharides and polysaccharides. As the word itself means, mono means single. So these type of monosaccharides can't be further hydrolyzed into simpler form. While disaccharide, it can produce 2 monosaccharides upon hydrolysis because they are formed by 2 monosaccharides joined through glycosidic linkage. For example, sucrose. The sugar we eat in our daily diet, that is sucrose, it is formed by 2 monosaccharides, glucose plus fructose by glycosidic linkage. Next come the classification oligosaccharides. Those sugars which produce 3 to 10 monosaccharides upon hydrolysis, they are known as oligosaccharides. An example is maltotriose. While the last one classification, that is polysaccharide, again the word itself means many. So here in this case of polysaccharide, the sugar monosaccharide which yield upon hydrolysis is greater than 10. Now as we are dealing with the monosaccharides today, these are simple sugars. These are again subclassified into 2 types depending upon the number of carbon atoms and depending upon the type of functional groups. So depending upon the number of carbon atoms, they are divided into these trioses, tetroses, pentoses and hexoses. And on the basis of functional groups, these are divided into aldehydic and ketone, that is aldo sugars and keto sugars. These are the various examples of aldo sugars and keto sugar that comes under these trioses, tetroses. The first start with trioses. The monosaccharides first subclassification is trioses. An example is glyceraldehyde and dihydroxyacetone. Next come the hexoses, very important. The examples are glucose and fructose. They are subdivided further on the basis of this number of carbon atoms. What are the structure and functions of monosaccharides? The first, hexoses, glucose. There are 3 types of structure proposed for this glucose, that is open chain, hemiacetal ring and pyranose ring. But the most approved structure given by Sir Walter Haworth in 1925 is the pyranose ring structure, for which he got Nobel Prize in 1937. He rejected the earlier theory that glucose exists in biological system as a rectangle. So this is the pyranose ring structure proposed by Sir Walter Haworth. Before that, these are the open chain and closed chain ring structure. So here the term is written D and alpha. What is this D and alpha? D and L. There are two terminology given to monosaccharides because they are stereoisomers. D and L form. D is the natural form, that is why it is written here D only, not L. It is a natural form existing in our body and animals. And what is alpha and beta? It is the anomers, anomeric form of monosaccharide, which we will study later on. Another example is fructose. Here the difference is that in the second carbon it is the ketonic group, while here in the case of glucose it is the first carbon which has aldehydic group. So what is the importance? Fructose has 4 isomers. It is levorotatory. As I tell you that it is the only D variety which is natural. Whether it is glucose or fructose or any other carbohydrate, it exists in D variety. And fructose remains predominantly as furanose ring structure. So here another difference between glucose and fructose. Glucose mainly exists in pyranose ring structure, while fructose mainly exists in furanose ring structure. That is why its ring structure is changed in comparison to glucose. And it is a major constituent of honey. Another example is of galactose and mannose. These are all monosaccharides. And these two are epimers of glucose. Now another term comes epimer after anomers. What are these epimers? When there is a chain in a single carbon atom of a monosaccharide, that chain is known as epimer. It is the chain in spatial configuration around a single carbon atom in comparison to glucose. So here, what is the comparison? Galactose. See the structure here. Galactose is chain in the 4th carbon. So there is only chain in single carbon atom. Spatial configuration change. Hydroxyl comes on the left hand side with respect to glucose. Here it is the right hand side, while here it is the left hand side. The second epimer, that is known as mannose. Why it is called second epimer? Because the change is on the second carbon. It is mentioned here. What are the importance of this mannose and galactose? Mannose is a constituent of many glycoproteins, mucoproteins and globulins. Why? This mannose was isolated from plant mannans. And galactose is a constituent of lactose, milk sugar, glycoproteins and glycolipids. So apart from glucose and fructose, all other monosaccharides are also important. These are mentioned here, that is galactose and mannose. Besides their epimer, they also serve as various functions, whether singly or combined with other biomolecules. Another example is pentose, which is also a monosaccharide, and ribose is the main example, which exists in RNA, and deoxyribose sugar exists in DNA. Another example is ribulose and arabinose. It is an intermediate of HMP shunt pathway, while arabinose is present in cherries and seen in the glycoproteins of the body. This is the structure of ribose and deoxyribose. It is a monosaccharide. Again I am repeating, it is a monosaccharide. And it is present, ribose is present in RNA, while deoxyribose is present in DNA. Another example of monosaccharide is amino sugar. How it is obtained? Is it obtained by modification on the second carbon hydroxyl group. In place of hydroxyl group, here comes the amino group. That is why it is known as amino sugars. And there are two examples of amino sugar, glucosamine and N-acetyl glucosamine. So he is seeing the chain. Hydroxyl group is not there in the second carbon, as in the case of earlier glucose structure. In the second there is hydroxyl group, but here it is the amino group. So there are two examples, glucosamine and N-acetyl glucosamine, formed by the modification on the second carbon of glucose. Now deoxy sugar, another important sugar known as L-fucose. What is the change here? Here the oxygen of the hydroxyl group is removed from deoxy sugar in the last carbon, not on the second carbon. Important to note that the last carbon of glucose, that is 6th carbon, here oxygen is removed, only oxygen. Previously it is CH2OH, now it comes CH3. So by modification with this 6 carbon, L-fucose is formed. Its main name is 6-deoxy-L-galactose. What is the importance? This L-fucose is present in blood group antigen. Very important. All the blood group O, A, B and AB, these all composed of this deoxy sugar that comes under monosaccharide. Another important sugar acid that is known as glucouronic acid. How it is formed? It is also a monosaccharide formed by modification of glucose. What is the modification? Here again the last carbon is changed, which is changed into carboxylic group, and this glucouronic is very important. It has a detoxifying activity and production of vitamin C. So this is all for today's lecture dealing with the monosaccharides. I am ending today's session with this. Thank you everybody.